that over 9 million people are currently imprisoned worldwide. It is also believed that this number is likely to be much higher in view of general underreporting and a lack of data from various countries. In absolute terms, the United States currently has the largest inmate population in the world, with more than 2.5 million people locked up in prison and jails, while both Russia and China put together have a prison population under 2 million. Although the United States represents less than 5% of the world's population, over 25% of the people incarcerated around the world are housed in the American prison system. The federal government predicts 1 in 11 men will be incarcerated in his lifetime, 1 in 4 if he is black. I always thought that 9/11 conspiracy theories were ridiculous, so I never took the time to even investigate it myself, until I accidentally stumbled across a documentary on the collapse of Building 7, which in return opened up my eyes to things that I never thought could be true. After 9/11, Osama bin Laden denied credit for the attack, but said he supported it completely. The U.S. government was quick to leave the blame on his shoulders all the same. Was entering Afghanistan just the first part of a bigger plan? The war on terror. Who is the United States actually at war with? Terror? How can you be at war with a word or a feeling? It is known that Saddam Hussein had completely wiped out Al-Qaeda and the Taliban throughout Iraq, and that there was no threat to any international communities. Saddam had no ties whatsoever to 9/11. So why did the United States really invade and take over the country of Iraq without UN approval? Weapons of mass destruction? Or could this be the second part of a much bigger plan? Could it be possible that certain world leaders are trying to make Bible prophecy come true with this new world order? When was the last time you heard the word homeland used by any government? Nazi Germany. The United States are currently looked at as war criminals by every other country in the world today, just like Nazi Germany. Will there be an identifying mark that all people will have to accept? 666, the mark of the beast. Maybe it'll be less sinister than that. Maybe it'll be a national ID card. It has been confirmed that a microchip national ID card will be in full production sometime in late 2008. Could this be true? Research it yourself. In 2006, under the name of terror, with the American people's approval, our Constitution was changed forever with the signing of the Military Commissions Act, which removed habeas corpus completely, which in return rendered the United States Constitution ineffective at that time. The 1877 Posse Comitatus Act, which says there will be no military policing in America, is now gone. In May of 2007, PDD 51 and HSPD 20 were passed, giving the President total power over all forms of government, from tribal to federal, in any national emergency. July 17th of 2007, Executive Order number 13422 was passed, which completed the circle of total dictatorial authority. In the name of fear and massive multimedia campaigns, Americans have let themselves be ushered into the coming police state, where the government will be watching your every move. While Americans were busy watching reality television, in 2005 the United States government signed an agreement with Canada and Mexico dissolving all borders between the three countries by 2010. This is called the Security and Prosperity Partnership of North America, or the North American Union. Take a glimpse at the Amero. This is what the new American currency just might look like. Fashioned after the euro, this will be the currency for all of North America. Could this really be happening? Just look it up on any major search engine. This information is all available for those who seek the truth. The Illuminati, the Freemasons, the New World Order, Skull and Bones, the Bohemian Grove, the North American Union, martial law, military checkpoints, U.S. concentration camps, a one world government. It'll all be coming to your doorstep in the next few years if we do not all act now. The time is here. Act now, America, before it's too late.
False flag operations distract and unify people against an invisible enemy in order for the government to push through their hidden agenda. Globalization, control of oil, suspension of civil liberties, so they can have more control over you. Fear is their game. Don't be afraid anymore. It's time for liberals, conservatives, independents to join together as Americans and make your voice heard. They want you to be split down the middle. They want you not to agree on issues. They want you distracted. It's time to join together as one. In the past year, we've seen an escalated attempt by the administration to scare the American public into thinking Iran is a threat to our security. Look out for another false flag operation to distract the public, to convince the public we should go fight Iran. And if such event occurs, look to see if other mock drills were taking place during the same time. During the 9/11 attacks and the London bombings, similar exercises were going on the day of the attacks. Ask questions, demand answers, and ask yourself, who benefits? There is no interest in creating a stable environment in Iraq. The Pentagon has lost track of guns and ammunition. Where have they gone? Whose hands are they falling into? They want disorder and chaos as a distraction. Look for this conflict to go on for years. Look for us to keep bases in Iraq under the pretext of security and national interest. And ask yourself, who benefits?
Organize that. So what happened in 2005 was ExxonMobil achieved a record profit of $35 billion. Now, it almost seems like way too much money to even know what the hell it means. But we had an economist make an estimate for us that $7 billion of that $35 billion was simply because of the market conditions created by this war.
Under the pretext of security and fear of being attacked, look for the government to suspend your freedom of speech, your right to assemble, protection from illegal searches and seizures. Look for the government to ask you, law-abiding citizens, to turn in your guns, your right to bear arms. Look for them to establish martial law and have the army police the citizens. This is illegal.
Law ever become a reality in America? Some fear any nuclear, biological, or chemical attack on U.S. territory might trigger just that. And as KSY News 12's Jeff Bell discovered, the clergy would help the government with potentially their biggest problem, us.
Remember, ask yourself, who benefits?
Or their biggest problem, us.
If you follow the markets, and you should, you will find increasing talk of housing foreclosures and banks calling in loans. Simply put, people who couldn't afford a loan foreclose, and the same people who built the houses buy back the houses for pennies on the dollar. When all is said and done, a small elite regain control of the property and start the cycle over again. This leads to a weaker dollar, the realization of a North American Union, and an overall global economy. Always ask yourself who benefits. The truth is, I hope I'm wrong. I look for the good in people. but now you know the warning signs, and the direction we're headed does not benefit us. Ask questions, demand answers.